show you how I did this gift wrap all from simple paper. When I say simple paper, I'm using just plain paper and your 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper sheets. I have my gift wrap box already wrapped up. Since this is fall and I want to use these fall leaves, I'm going to go ahead and just, you notice that most of the time they'll give you 2 pieces. So I'm going to pull them out. And when you pull them out, don't pull them out where they perforate. Pull them out at the top because you're going to use that top piece also. That's going to be a pattern. So what I did is at the top where it's perforated, just go ahead and just tear that off. Because this is the actual size that you need to cut your strips. You want to go ahead and cut all your strips. And since it's paper and it's not really thick, you can also use an X-Acto knife and just slide down. I have all my strips cut. So to start with, we need to see how many we're going to need to make our strips to go around the box. And so I'm just going to take one and just wrap it over. It looks like it's going about halfway, so it looks like I can use 2 of these. So I'm going to take my tape. I'm going to put a piece of tape on one side, and then I'm going to take another one and line it up. And I like to lay it down to do this. Lay it down and line up the next one. Press down really good so that they hold. And so since I know that that's 2, I'm going to go ahead and do the first one. And I kind of like mine to overlap right where I'm going to put the bow. So I always put a piece of tape down just to hold that in place. And that way I can pull it nice and tight to wrap the other side. And as you can see, I have a little bit of an overlap, so I'm just going to cut off that little piece. Pull off another piece of tape. And tape that down. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing for the other direction. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up here. And since I already got tape there, I'm just going to run the tape right across. And then pull the other side. And bring it over. Put the tape down. Okay. So now we want to make the bow. The bow is the fun part to me. You want to save one strip for the center. So just leave that one off by itself. But what you're going to do is you can use tape to connect these. Like so, just like we did before, but you're going to connect them into a circle. I like to take my fingers and snip off a piece onto each finger because it's really sticky. So that gives me 4. And then I'm going to take one off and I'm going to put it on the inside on top of the tape. And what I like to do is make sure I put the tape on top of the joint where they actually join, because that gives you extra stability that they're not coming undone. I'm going to peel off the tape, and you're going to take it and mash it down in the middle to make like a little bow like that. So what you want to do now is you're going to take off the same thing again. Take off 4 pieces on your fingers, and you're going to take a piece of tape and put it down on the center of 4 of them. And this time I only start with 4. I'm not going to do all of them together. And I'm putting the tape down on the side where I can see the joint where they came together. Okay, so we're starting with the 4. You take the first one off, and you're going to take it and lay it in a cross like that. So now you have a plus sign. Then you'll take the top paper off of that one. You're going to take the next one and put it in the space that's in between, like that. Then you'll take that tape off, and then you'll turn it. You'll take the next one, put it in the middle. So now I've got them all put on the bow. So now we're going to take the center part, and what I like to do is I like to take it and cut it in half. So I took this one and I cut it in half. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple of little circles like that. So now we're going to take some double-sided tape, and I'm going to put it on the bigger piece, the one that go in the center. And I'm going to press it down So I'm going to take a piece of double-sided tape, put it on the bottom of them, and then I'm going to put them going in the opposite direction, just right up under the hole. And then I'm going to turn it so that I can see, and I'm going to put it just underneath the other one. So it kind of looks like a cross still in the middle. So what I do is I take a piece of double-sided tape, put it on the underside of the bow, peel it off, and then stick it down on top of that tape. And then put your fingers in the middle and press it down. You're going to take each one of these and kind of press them in like that, because when you do that, it fluffs up the bow. And see, now it's no longer flat, but it's rounded. Okay, and there's your bow. Next, we're going to do the envelope. And here is our envelope piece. So you see where that perforation edge is? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run regular tape on that perforation, because I'm going to need to use that. I'm going to take the envelope, and what I like to do is where the hole is, you want to kind of center it. So you take a pencil and you outline. Okay, now that my envelope's traced out, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut it out. Make sure you round the edges. So now you're going to take your envelope pattern and lay it back on top of the one you just cut, because now you need to score it. So I'm taking my smaller clear ruler and I'm lining it up with where the score line was before, and I'm taking a seam ripper and I'm using the back side of the seam ripper coming in the opposite direction, and I'm scoring through both pieces. We see how we got all those folded. See, we folded, we scored, we folded the sides, folded the bottom up, and then folded the envelope down. This time I'm using a thinner double-sided tape. I'm not using the thick. And I'm going to tape this portion here. So now you just peel those off. And now you're going to take this and fold it up and just press from the bottom up. And press from the bottom up. And now you have your envelope. Now remember, we have this little piece right here. That's the hole. So I'm going to take this little piece, and I'm going to take some double-sided tape, and I'm going to cut a couple of strips, and I'm going to place them around the hole. And now you take that tape off. Now with the right side, you put the right side down and cover over the hole. And see there, you don't really see it, and when you flip it on this side, you definitely don't see it. So in order to get your envelope ready to seal, you're going to go and put a piece of double-sided tape all the way across the seal edge of the envelope. And you're going to leave that there because you won't tear that off until you're ready to put your card inside. So now you're ready to give your gift and present the gift like this. So I hope that you try this, and I hope that this is helpful. Happy crafting!